address is today ask you to come is to try to find out the truth of that we are attacked the chief according to some media. So this is our guy, security guy, Mr. Chow. That's Monday morning, 11 a.m. He's take care of the security in the main gate. And then the chief tried to get in the factory. He asked the chief, because he cannot speak English, so he's let the chief, you need to book. And then the chief, without saying anything, and give him a slap. After that, our guys tried to ask the chief to say sorry, but he said he's an old man, so he is not intent to fight back. So at that time, the chief keep calling, maybe the MP, the police, and some other people, saying that he was beaten by the Chinese guy. And then next day, he come out the media, he's from UK or some place from the, I think from the MP Malaysia, saying the chief was beaten in our factory. So that today asked you to come. We have the witness from our company, from the police, and all the people are from the gate. See, they are telling you the truth. The truth is that he was slapped by the chief. That's the story. So you can ask. She's there. She is the interpreter for the security.
Okay. Yesterday, day before yesterday, the chief came by our gate. It was around 11 o'clock. So there were two ladies, security guards. They allowed him to enter. According to our gate procedure, if you are entering our gate, every visitor or everyone, you should be booked down in case maybe there will be an accident inside or what. We will know who will be inside the premise. So when the chief entered, Mr. Cho, one of our security guards, he was standing by the gate. So he tried to stop the chief, saying he should go and be booked down. But the chief, he was surprised. He said, he was like this, Then Mr. Cho said, no, go and be ready. Immediately the chief slapped Mr. Cho. As the interpreter, I was there. I said sorry to the chief because I knew he was angry and chief was angry. Then I said, no, don't worry, this issue will be resolved. But immediately when I was trying to comfort Mr. Cho not to say anything or fight with our chief, the chief, he took his phone. Immediately he called MP and he said, MP, they've beaten me, they've pushed me, I'm at Sunny event. That's how they've treated me. Then I went outside the gate. I tried to comfort the chief and said, let's go to the office to our boss, Mr. William, so that this issue can be resolved. Then when we were outside, Mr. William was not around. Chief called the police and he said to the police, I was beaten, I was pushed. Then when he was standing outside, chief and his police guards, they were saying, we want to fix them because they should pay me. I'm a chief. How can they don't allow me to enter this premise once I'm a chief? Then later, Mr. William and Mr. Wang, our directors, they came. We tried to resolve this issue, but chief and his police officers and one guy they picked from the gate who was witnessing was the witness for the chief that it's Mr. Cho who beat the chief. We tried everything, but it didn't work out. But chief was insisting that it's Mr. Cho who beat him, but unfortunately that's not the truth. It's chief who slapped Mr. Cho. Yes, this matter was reported to the police officers, but the way they handled this issue, personally me, I'm not happy. He called the police first, but unfortunately he called the traffic department. And chief, he called second, but he called the real police officers. So to go to report this case to the police, we are the first ones to go to the police station. Then later the chief statement was written down. But unfortunately, when the police officers, they were handling these issues, they were saying, no, it's the chief, it's our chief. We should look at the person who has reported first. He must go and sleep in cells. That's what the police officers were saying.
So what happened? At what stage later now? Has he been arrested? Has he appeared in court or what?
According to police officers, this morning we went to the police station. They were saying this case should go to court, and they told us we should go to court. And they were telling us the chief said he wants to withdraw the case. That's what they were saying.
But that's what the chief is saying. Is telling you now. Is he withdrawn it?
He asked
I'm
me
not
for.
aware of that.
He asked me for money, and then we fought.
Oh man.
Okay, on that one, yesterday,
How much was it? How much? How much? Ask for it.
16,000 US.
16,000 years.
He's saying it's forward. Compensation or what?
Because he's a big man.
What?
I'm saying the amount, the money is for what specifically?
Respect. Because he said, I am the chief here, almost like the king. So even you get help from anyone, no use, even the media.
What damages or what? 16,000 is for damages. Suffered.
To settle this issue. Because you can see, for us to run this big factory is not easy. Here is a power cut, no diesel, but we still keep this factory running. Try our best, and then keep feeding our guys, pay our guys. You can see we have 2 dining hall here. The Saja dining hall, 3 day, 1 ton Saja. It's over 1,000 workers here.
okay. To be honest, the way the case was treated, I think it is very unfair. I'm the one who initially called, calling the police. I called the officer in charge traffic. When I called the officer in charge traffic, he assured me that he was going to call the department which is responsible for receiving the cases. So when Mr. Cho and the driver went to the police, I got so surprised that the police said you are not the one who called first. The chief called first because the call was coming from the member of parliament, of which I called earlier. I was the one who called initially. So when I asked them why they took a phone call as a report instead of someone who ran to the police to report, they said no, the chief is respected in Zimbabwe. I'm sure you know that the chief is respected in Zimbabwe. They were asking.
Who said that? Did you have the name of the officer who said?
The name of the police officer, I'm not all that sure, but it's a sergeant.
And are you prepared to speak in his presence?
Yeah, I am very. So, after being treated that way, today in the morning, yesterday I called the chief. Maybe I can use the audio. I called the chief when I was coming from Harare, from Newsday, coming here. I called the chief to know what was actually going on. And the chief said, no, I'm sure the Chinese guy must be deported back to China. The company can run, but the Chinese guy must be deported. And I said, oh, that's what you want? And he said, that's what will make me happy. And I just kept quiet, but I was recording his call. After doing the recording, today in the morning, when my boss, Mr. Wang, called me, he said, come and let's meet at the police station. When we met at the police station, I then saw the, I don't know about the ranks and stuff, but it shows he's a boss in the police. I asked him if what is being done is lawful or unlawful, because yesterday people from the immigration, they wanted to take Mr. Cho. They said they wanted to take him away from this place for an interview, but not here. They wanted to take him to their place, a place which we never knew if it was lawful or unlawful. But we tried our level best to shield him so that he could not go where we didn't know where he was going. So on that one, it was done well and they left. But the reason why I think they left is because the Newsday team arrived when they were still in this room. When they saw that they were the guys from the Newsday, they just said, "Oh, let's move on." They sneaked, not leaving this place. Like one started going, the other one followed, and we never saw them. Yesterday, they were saying they are from the immigration department. They've come to take Mr. Cho for an interview so that he'll be deported. To my surprise, is it lawful in Zimbabwe to deport someone before the court hearing? I don't know. I don't know if in Zimbabwe, if you report a case, if there are witnesses, if there are 10, are they not allowed to witness all of them as 10? They only allowed one
or two
to witness.
There will be defense witnesses. You can call as many as you want in court. But for now, the state, they just pick the witness that they want. And when you're in court, there's a accused person, you can invite as many witnesses.
Okay. Maybe they were only my questions.
I just wanted to find out, what did the chief want when
He wanted to introduce about, I think, 70 of their guys to work in this company. And then he signed for guarantee for these guys. He wanted some people. And then he wanted us to fix his house with our tiles, the roof. And this is small things, I think. It's okay. And then also need 2 cows and some money to do a function here, some kind of culture. And this is we already approved.
Okay, so from the chief's demands, are you prepared to meet his demands?
Yes.
What's the way forward from
We
here?
will fulfill that.
Okay.
Food, drinking, just like party.
Incident took place. He was caught there. Maybe he wanted to steal. Maybe he wanted to. I don't know what was his business.
Did you manage to report some days back to the police?